Hello, I'm Rob, and today it's my job to get you a job. Come on. It's the end of the month, and this month's partying has left me very low on funds. Now, if you're in my shoes and you want to save yourself some nagging from your parents every time you max out their credit cards, or you just want to make some quick money to add to your travel funds, then realistically, you can get yourself a part-time job. The first thing you need to know is your terms. Since you're on a Tier 4 student visa, you'll have a weekly limit of 20 working hours, including volunteer work. Now, this means that a full-time job or anything that requires you to do more than that is out of the question. You also can't work freelance or be self-employed because your hours won't be monitored. There are also specific jobs that you're not allowed to do. For example, you're not allowed to be an entertainer, so you can't be a stripper or an apozu.
Open up, it's Her Majesty's Revenue and Customs. We'd like to invite for the office for tea. Hello?
For those of you who are planning on working in the UK full-time or part-time in the future, you'll need to get a national insurance number. This is to help the government track who they're taxing. The only way to apply is by phone, but you can look it up online to see what you need to prepare beforehand. There's also a text line if you're not comfortable with calling, and you might need to attend an interview to provide proof of identity. So what jobs can you do? Most of them are going to be entry-level service jobs like cleaning staff, waiting staff, supermarket cashier, customer service, you get the idea. The entry-level pay shouldn't vary too much, but you should be able to choose your shifts so that they don't clash with your classes. It's likely you can get part-time work in your university's international office, as they need people to help them improve their services and marketing materials targeting international students. This is better than a basic service job, and if you manage to do it well, then you'll probably get a reference letter too. As I mentioned before, you can also volunteer to teach Chinese, help local museums, charities and events. It's a meaningful way to spend your time, make some friends and develop your work approach. Although there's not normally any pay involved, you can often receive food and accommodation in exchange. It's also a great way to add some experience to your blank resume. But if I'm honest, these jobs aren't likely to turn into a career for you in the long run unless you're really passionate about them. But how do you know what you want to do as a future career or what job you're good at? Well, your university degree is a great place to start since you've already committed to something that you like for 3 years or 4. In that case, you should talk to your seniors or your tutor and think about what skills you want to develop to fulfill the role you want in that field. But if you don't like your degree and it's too late for you to change your course, or you still haven't got a clue about your future, you might want to scrutinize your own personal profile. What skills do I already have? Am I a prolific programmer? Am I business savvy? Or am I a people person? What languages do I speak? English, Español, 中文, Français, Deutsch, 한국어.
Approximately 10 hours later.
Am I good at bullshitting? Could I make people believe my bullshit? Would I like to learn how to make people believe my bullshit? Oh yeah, good idea. Cheers. It might be a good idea to talk to a consultant at your university's career centre. They can help you identify and analyse any skills you have to offer and also discuss any specific fields with you. They can normally also help you better understand the process of applying for a job, review your CV and even prepare you for an interview. Your choices are also slightly limited as graduation approaches. You can apply for a placement in industry or work experience for your second year as an undergrad, which can provide you with a brief insight into what the industry that you're interested in is really about. You can also start networking and practice your well-learned classroom knowledge and decide if your degree is really worth it. You might want to look for an internship in your last year of uni or as a postgrad, because a lot of these jobs often turn into full-time positions. And even if you end up running around buying everyone coffee, at least you'll have a pretty good opportunity at seeing what your future job might look like. And in the end, having that experience on your CV will show that you have a better understanding of this field than somebody who hasn't done it. University career fairs are also worth checking out. You can get to know your options and talk to employers to find out a bit more about what they're looking for. You can also look into graduate schemes, sell your souls to multinational conglomerates, make your parents proud. If you're planning on staying in the UK after graduation, then you'll need to check whether the company you're applying for is qualified to sponsor a T2 work visa. Don't forget to mention that in the interview. To apply to most jobs, you're going to need a CV where you'll put your education background, your work experience, and your qualifications. Also, your contact details so that HR can find you. If you don't know how to write one, you can find lots of templates online, and you can also go to the Career Centre for help if you're stuck. For every job you apply for, you'll also need to write a cover letter. You'll need to list the things that you don't include on your CV and show the employer at the new company that you understand the job and you can solve their problems. You'll also want to convey a strong desire to work for that company so that they don't think that you'll just burn out on the first day at work. Morning, everyone! And for all you aspiring thespians out there, get your headshots ready.
Smile. Oh yeah. Yeah, one more.
For any art and design students, of course, it's probably a good idea to start preparing your portfolio. Huh? Will anybody buy my painting? So beautiful, huh? C'est de l'art. Online presence is also important these days. Getting a LinkedIn account could be helpful. You can build your professional connections and add any alumni who work in the same field as you. Plus, companies looking for young talent can also reach out to you directly. You should also consider deleting some of those crazy party photos and inappropriate comments from social media to avoid strict background checks and embarrassment in front of future colleagues. Oh, I was so thin back then. Oh. Now, once you've sent your CV and cover letter out, you'll need to prepare for the next step. For most jobs, you're almost certainly going to be interviewed. Practice your self-introduction and familiarise yourself with your own CV so that you don't forget all of those little white lies that you put on there. Dress professionally and put on your best smile to charm them up. Remember to get there early and don't forget to bring your confidence with you. You might need to prepare for an online test and assessment, which is pretty common for some big accounting and consulting companies. You might not get an offer straight away, but don't worry. Just keep on putting yourself out there, be patient, keep on improving. There are opportunities out there waiting for you. That's all for today. If you need any other help developing your future career, then let us know. Comment below, maybe somebody else who's watching the video can help you out. If you found today's video useful, then don't forget to give us a like and a subscribe, and I'll see you next time.